Hello guys, Art-Teeves here. This is the second part of a small tutorial series that covers the process of texturing this stylized cartoony boat in Substance Painter. The link to the first part, that covers the whole process of modeling and unwrapping, is available in the description below. I textured this model in 4K Reso for better turntable. Actually, 2K Reso is more than enough and it still looks fine. My padding is set to 16 and my subsampling is also set to 16. Also, I set the highest possible amount of rays on all tabs and disabled the ID section. I use steel painted stained preset material for hull, pipes and cabin. I create multiple instances of this material and play around with their colors. The better you are with colors, the easier it is for you to balance bright colors and pick the right color scheme that will work out. If in doubt, you can always go for more dim and dark colors. It will be a lot easier to balance them. Once I'm happy with my layer, I duplicate it several times, apply a black mask to each instance, and use a polygon fill tool to color corresponding elements of my boat. At this point, I don't care much about looks of my model. Once I assign most layers, I can simply edit their colors and review them with different environment and light settings. Next I create a fill layer, apply a black mask to it, and use a mask editor to get some sharp edge highlights. Then I play around with its curvature settings to get the desired result. I apply Dirt Leaks Smart Mask to a different fill layer, then I apply a 3D gradient to it. I invert it and play around with its balance and contrast settings. Next I create an improvised rust layer. I create a rust-colored fill layer, give it a slightly negative height and a high roughness value. Then I apply a desired grind or a smart mask to it, there are plenty of options. And finally, apply a blur slope filter, to give my rust a somewhat cartoony chipped look. At this point you can play around with your layer styling, height, color and balance. I mask this folder and later duplicate it to apply rust to other areas of the boat. The same method is used for Edge Highlighter folder. For cabin, I used the same base preset material as we did for the hull, nothing special about it. Obviously, I used duplicated versions of same material for roof and window frames. Also, I apply both highlight layer and rust folder to all these parts. To activate the actual transparency, I switch my shader to the one that allows alpha blending, add transparency channel to my layer's settings, and apply a preset glass visor smart material. Make sure that your glass is actually a different object than the rest of the model, otherwise the model won't work in some game engines. By duplicating the glass layer and subtly adjusting its roughness, combined with adding grungy textures and varying transparency, you can infuse your glass with intriguing depths and character. Never mind the deck texture. I've edited out the part where I make it because we will change it to a different preset wood material later on. Also, I used the same preset metal material we used before to color both pipes and even add a line on the main pipe. Sorry if I misname some parts of the boat. I alter some colors just a little bit, apply rust and edge highlights to pipes and start texturing mask the same way we've textured everything else, starting with default preset smart material. I give different versions of same material to some of its parts to highlight them and add some details. Next I apply a default plastic dusty smart material to both slides. I create two versions of this material because I want to give them red and green colors. Also make sure you create both lit and unlit versions of lights in case you want to animate them later on. Then I enable emissive channel in my layers options and add emission to both color layers and corresponding dust and dirt layers. I add the default wood material to both deck and wheel, nothing special here. Now I play around with different dust smart masks and find something suitable for our deck. You don't want to make it too noticeable, yet some highlights may look pretty good later on. This is why I reduce the opacity of the dust layer. Next I create a fixed paint layer, switch all of its blending options to pass through, and use a clone stamp tool to conceal all visible UV seams. Finally I create a fill layer with high roughness and use it to paint some cavities. Then I reduce its opacity to make it blend better with the rest of the model. And we're done. Thanks for watching, guys. If you find my videos useful, be my guest and subscribe to my channel for more stylized content. And most importantly, have a great day.